All right, bro. Give us the intro. Oh, you have to say it right here.
Welcome back to the set bubble.
I'm your host for the after.
I'm the host for the afternoon.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, guys? SB here. We're just going to do an update. So, apologize. The lighting isn't special, anything of that nature. I just wanted to sit down, change up the scenery, and let you guys know some of the things going on this week on the channel because I was also going to shoot my next concept video. Shout outs to the Discord community for constantly putting suggestions. We're going to shoot that right after this, but I thought it'd be cool to continue on a concept I was doing months ago, which was to give you guys weekly updates. Now, I don't plan to do that all the time because you guys are spoiled, rotten brats with content I post every single day. But whenever some things are happening in the community that is cool to kind of like give you guys updates for, I'm going to do so. Scent of the days, put them in the chat below. Mine was Roja Vetiver, beautiful, sparkling green, dry, bright, warm vetiver. My son seems to love the descriptions of the fragrances. But anyways, put your scents of the day in the comment section below. What was your scent of the day? Booty EDP?
No,
No? What was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, guys. So stuff on the way. Discovery sets. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here because now you're laughing for no reason. Discovery sets. I just want to let you guys know, shout outs to guys like Shan in the Discord community and many of the others who have been sending me samples and discovery sets. It's because a lot of the members in the community that you guys get such a versatility of discovery sets on this channel. And also to those of you who have wanted to send fragrances, and there's even some people who have sent samples and decants to me that never made it to me. Please know how to send and ship samples. They're always hazmat, which means they're going to be shipped via ground. You can't just throw decants or samples into an envelope and ship them off. It doesn't work that way. So make sure you know how to properly package items and how to go to the post office and let them know that you're shipping liquids so that they can properly label it and it actually goes to me and doesn't get stopped in the clearance and either reversed or disposed of. So I just wanted to make that known because I know there was a couple of people that have sent stuff in the past that it actually never got to me or it got to me busted. So I always assume most of you guys know that, but after my experience, I realize I need to disclose that to you guys. But if you're ever interested in sending me fragrances or samples, and I'm not just talking companies, I'm talking my subscribers, my private mailbox that I've reserved exclusively for fragrance related stuff is always in the description of every video. So you know how to ship to me. Make sure you do your due diligence to know how to package the shipping items before you send them. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of new discovery sets coming. Born to Stand Out, the entirety of Mind Games, the entirety of Lorenzo Pizzaglia, some stuff from Italy, some artisanal independent niche stuff. There's just, I mean, if I took a picture of my discovery set collection at this point that we haven't gone over, it could literally be yay high on the couch. So there's just a lot of great quality discovery set walkthroughs that we're going to do. And that'll allow me to really investigate full houses for their story, their quality, and get that information to you guys because I do think that it's important to kind of establish some level of hierarchy with the various brands out there so that you're navigating the best stuff first. Now, it is somewhat subjective, but my goal is not to be black and white on the subject. It's just to provide the information since a lot of you guys trust my nose on, okay, if I'm going to deal with this particular house, these are the fragrances I should probably try first. Or if I'm going to go into Nishane, this is what I need to know about that house. And even some power ranking content that we'll do later, it'll allow me to actually have all of the fragrances in front of me. There's nothing worse than seeing a content creator kind of resolve in their mind their feedback about a particular house when they've only tried, you know, a handful of their fragrances or the hype beast stuff. You guys want thorough reviews, and that's why you come to me because it's no fluff over here. We're going step by step, day by day through as much stuff as possible and just getting the information out there. This isn't endorsements. This isn't, I do get free stuff at this point, but none of it is in exchange for like promo or some kind of contract deal. So I'm always giving you guys straight drop, no filler, and telling you guys my honest opinions. But shout outs to the community for providing a lot of the discovery sets. Shan came through big time on this last haul, and it's not the first time he's ever done that. So shout outs to y'all. So I recently went into Sephora and I wanted to give you guys some information, or sorry, Ulta Beauty, today in fact, and just some information to throw out there. I'm not sure if these are new, but I haven't seen them in a while, so I'm sure they're relatively new since Ulta, they don't bring new fragrances in often. It seems like we're in a fragrance boom right now, so a lot of stuff is rolling in, but typically you know what stuff is fairly new. And I think two of these are pretty new. So I tried Tom Ford's Soleil Neige, Neige, and also Tom Ford's Eau de Soleil. So I don't know the story or anything. This is kind of more of a hot take. Those scents are very much like hotel, fresh, floral-based, warm scents, somewhat tropical, but mostly like a clean hotel, fresh with florals and fruits splashed in there kind of scents. I thought they were both really nice. Obviously, my first question was performance. I do believe they were eau de parfum concentrations, but they were really nice scents. You know, typical Tom Ford, it's almost a cheat code. They always at least come off luxurious, but you know, lasting power and complexity is always the question with that house. They can be very hit or miss. These are extremely fresh scents. They did project quite well off my skin and off the test strip, but in a very light, airy way. So I didn't get to sit with them long enough to let you guys know the longevity, but Eau de Soleil stood out well above the Neige, Soleil Neige, because it felt more along the lines of like an ambery, slight exotic floral tropical scent. Think fragrances like Roja's, what is that fragrance? Isola Soul, very close to that, but much lighter and airier and more hotelish. Very good scent. The other one, Soleil Neige, was good, but somewhat generic. But I would be glad to rock both of those fragrances. Again, I'm interested to see if any of you guys have tried it, to let people know what the longevity is on those. They're fairly priced too, between $100 and $200 depending on, I believe they offer it in 30, 50, and 100 mil. I also revisited Giorgio Armani's Parfum and Elixir. So Gio Armani, Parfum, and Elixir. And I just wanted to commentate on those two because a lot of people have spoke on those and said that those are great alternatives to things like Profumo and just the best versions of the Acqua di Gio series. And so I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. I do think the Acqua di Gio Armani Parfum is probably the closest we're going to get in modern times outside of a clone to Profumo. I think it gets the job done. It's kind of like a slight dark tint backdrop to the classic ADG marine aquatic DNA. So if you want something that leans a little bit more into the evening, a little bit more date / single bachelor afternoon fragrance, I do think the Parfum in the OG fragrance line is going to be your best bet for capturing as much of a Profumo style as humanly possible. The Elixir, however, I'm not the biggest fan of. It does have the classic marine aquatic style to it, but it's much more airy, light, and crisp. It's almost like how Bleu de Chanel EDT is almost in many ways nothing like the EDP or the Parfum or Les Exclusive. It's a much more water note, airy, light Egoist or Platinum Egoist rendition take on the ADG style. So it's good, it's usable, but I think Profondo just has more punch to it, so I would get that instead. So I'm at a place where, you know, I personally have the Acqua di Gio EDP for the fact that it's so green. And unlike the rest of the fragrances in that line, that greenness is a unique facet that makes me feel like I'm wearing something new from ADG. Now, if we want typical ADG, you can never go wrong with the frothy white bottle eau de toilette. That's probably going to be the cheapest these days. But if you want something that's the most modern, I typically lean on Profondo as the Four Seasons daily driver, best bang for your buck. But the Parfum is the closest thing to the Profumo dark tinted, almost lay exclusive dark brush, but on the ADG style. And I think it's a totally valid option. So I'm going with the Parfum over the Elixir all day long. But I really feel like, similar to Givenchy Gentleman line, there's no bad ADG, but I do think the Parfum is the best for that particular style. I also noticed Aramis. Aramis, who I've been collecting for a year or two now. I have almost all of, I'm on a mission to collect all of their vintage fougères. And I didn't know that they were still kicking in terms of modern stuff, because they have a fairly last couple of year new release called Intuition, Aramis Intuition. Terrible fragrance, you know, very generic metallic citrus musk. And it was weak. So I definitely think Aramis kind of is past their prime. But if you shop with that brand, always go for the vintage scents and know that you're stepping into super vintage fougere territory. I do think some of their fragrances like Havana and things like that are more timeless than, you know, like the OG Aramis, and a couple of the other ones that they have lean more old school. But that's the category they kind of roam in and kind of perfected for their time. But it was just interesting to see a new Aramis fragrance, you know. It's the one with the blue gradient bottle finish, and very generic. I thought it was a complete dud. So if you ever see how much I hype the brand of Aramis and you go into a Sephora or Ulta Beauty and see Aramis Intuition, don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. It's almost like a Bentley Silver Lake or something like that. It's just very, and I know some of you guys love Silver Lake, but you know, I always have preached to go over to Bentley Momentum and Momentum Unlimited if you want that silver metallic style, and upgrade into Silver Mountain Water, or my version of Silver Mountain Water, which would be Xerjoff's, Casa Marati's, Mephisto Gentiluomo. I always thought that was what Silver Mountain Water should have been, but that would be the upgrade from the silver metallics that you get from Azzaro, from Invictus, things like that. That's how you'll step those up. Also, I wanted to, just before we wrap up here, let you guys know that interactions and feedback on this channel is absolutely critical going into this year. I have a very ambitious goal of 20,000 subs. I don't really care about the number 20,000, but for me to discover who my true followers are, and I don't mean to get religious or anything like that. What I mean when I say that is just the people who truly support the movement enough to interact and be a part of the community in a deep way, where they're not just searching for the topics that they want, but they actually just want to hear me speak and interact and be a part of kind of the brethren and the fellowship of people we have, you know, similar to like my Discord and things like that. To discover those people, I have to increase the volume. And so right now, on a monthly basis, I'm averaging about 250,000 views a month, which is incredible. That means that, you know, last year we did our first million in a year. And this year we're on target to do at least like 3 million views, which is great. And that's if nothing changes. Like, just stay the course, steady driving. We'll hit 3 million, no problem, by the end of the year. If anything goes viral, which a lot of stuff has been, the sky's the limit, and that would be great for the channel. I would love to hit 20,000 subs this year. That's 15,000 more subs. But I've built such a backbone of content on this channel that I'm playing the long-term game. A lot of stuff that has 50, 100, couple hundred views today, it's just a matter of time before that content becomes relevant to a certain time period we're in, and it can really take off. A lot of the videos in non 4K quality, today are starting to take off. Like stuff that only had 100 views for like 2 years is just now starting to hit 10K, 20K, 30K. So it's critical this year that you guys interact. If I'm bringing you value of any kind, the likes are essential. Commenting just I agree or I disagree, or here's my scent of the day, or hey, that was a good video, or hey, I really didn't like this topic. Any commenting, liking, and subscribing is essential. If you have somebody that's in fragrance, ask them, have you seen the scent bubble? You know, and get them to interact in this community, because when I post, the organic reach that I get is based off of how interactive and how long you stick around to watch the videos from start to finish. So the interactions of the community is the cornerstone of whether or not this channel is going to grow at all and how fast it's going to grow. So I appreciate everybody who goes in the lives and likes and comments and asks questions, people who comment on the videos, people that share the videos. All that is, I'm super grateful for, and it's needed to grow this community. We're approaching 5K, so we're going to do a very big giveaway, as we always do. And I have a massive set of options to give away at 5K. So if there's any time to be a part of a giveaway, it's going to be that 5K giveaway. But yeah, so like I said, we're approaching 5K, and I have a goal of 20K, and we're already done with the first quarter. So I think we're doing a couple hundred subs growth every month. So I'd like to ramp that up. We'll see. I have some pretty ambitious goals this year, but I have a realistic expectation of how to get there. And you guys see me every single day. I'm posting at least 1 or 2 videos, long form, at least 2 to 5 shorts, at least 1 or 2 community posts. I'm super active in the Discord. I'm going live at least twice a week. I'm collabing. I'm doing all the things necessary to grow. I need your guys' help. Okay, that's the update for this week. Let me know any feedback you guys have on some of the things that I spoke about, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of the week. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn on that notification bell. This year, I will triple the amount of content that I did last year, which is saying a lot. But you guys know me. I've showed up for you every single day, and I'm going to continue to do that. So I appreciate all the love and support. And until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.